So this kid just like joined the team, right? And he's very needy, some would say. And he said that he is going to be needy to the point that he breaks me, like where I'm gonna break and just give up and go, I can't handle crowd. And today he about pushed me to the edge. He had me, Nick. I was like, if you want to leave, you can fucking leave. If you want, I was like, I just lost it. I lost it.
Well, give us a little background. Like, how was he being needy?
He kind of agreed to some things. He's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. I don't want. It's just, he's a bit of an emotional guy, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what makes him good and who he is, because he really takes to stuff. But at times it can be a little bit hard for me to deal with. So he is on this mission to break me, like where he legitimately took me to the edge today. And then he goes, I knew I'd break you. I told you. And now I got to reel it back in like, no, you didn't break me. But I was breaking, boys. I was on the edge. I was about to fucking go. Like, just start yelling and screaming into the damn telephone. It was bad.
Have you terrorized him in the showers yet?
All the time. Bow, chicka, wow, wow. Every time.
Are you still dreaded in the showers, or did you mellow out?
Everybody. I got a new move, man.
So if they wash their...
Like no
one can close their eyes when they're washing their hair, right?
Here it is. So, all right. So I like to mess with guys. Like, we're in the shower, and
let's just take that last sentence. Let's just keep playing it on loop.
No, shut up. Shut up. Listen, you want the story or not?
Yes.
So, here in the shower, and I just walk past these dudes, just smack them on the ass, right? Because it's the most uncomfortable thing that could happen to you in the shower. So then they got real smart on me. They would never wash their hair or anything while I was in the shower. So I'd walk in there and bow, chicka, wow, wow, and dudes would start turning around, and I get to shower, and I shower in peace because everybody's trying to stay away from me. Well, they got so smart that I can't deal with them anymore. So now I got a new move. I take my loofah and I wash it up, and it gets all lathered up, right? So I walk up to these dudes with my loofah, and I squeeze it and get a whole bunch of soap in my hand, and I smack them in the eyes, right? So when the hands go up to grab their eyes,
that was so mean.
I slap them on their ass. So you've got a choice to make, right?
But you get smacked in the eyes and then smacked in the ass.
So now you got a choice to make. The worst was Bob, right? So Bob's in there one day, and he hears me coming in. He goes, fuck. So then, hey, Deshaun Bunch yells, watch your eyes. Like every time I walk in the shower, he starts going, you better watch your eyes. So then I smack Bob in the head with the soap, right? So now Bob's got to make a decision. Let your eyes burn and cover your butt, or just fucking. So Bob's like trying not to wipe his eyes because he knows what's coming next. So then it's like burning. So now he's like rubbing his eyes. Fuck. Then I smack him on the ass. He covers his ass. And I'm like, he just did it like 4 or 5 times. Finally, he just hurry up and washes the soap out. It's the funniest shit ever. But then they can't do it to me. The moment they start doing it to me, I just freak out. So yeah, that's my new move. I had to get creative. Dennis will be in the shower. I just smack him in the face with soap.
I wear a scuba mask when I shower.
It's horrible, boy.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Oh, okay. That was fun and uncomfortable.
I'm going to go home.
Same time.
Yeah, but next time my wife takes a shower, she's in big trouble.
Get it, Nick. Dude, please do it, Nick.
What the fuck are you doing?
She's going to be so mad because she'll be like, do I need to wipe the soap from my eyes or cover my ass? Because, dude, the soap, like, burns like shit. That's crazy, right?
I don't know. I think the loofah picture was worse for me.
Oh.
Hey, speaking of which, do you guys have to use defense soap after you practice? After we saw the thing this weekend.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And Joe Rogan started talking about it, and I'm like, "Dude." So
we're on air, right? And Rogan goes, "Is that Staph?" And somebody in my ear, I don't know who it is, go, "Don't say nothing." And I was like, "What the hell do I?" I was like, "Do I address this or do I not say anything?" Right? So I was like, "It is." I couldn't help myself. I go, "It is Staph," because it's big and red.
Yeah.
Raised up. And from the moment he did, from the moment he took his shirt off and we saw that, I go, this dude's in a lot of trouble. So Staph fucks with your cardio bad.
So to get to that point, like where it's visible and puffy and pretty big, it means it's like it's pretty bad already.
That shit's advanced. Now the issue is, the issue is like you can take antibiotics to get better. But again, antibiotics, that's the devil when you're getting ready for a fight because, once again, it fucks with your cardio. So you don't really have like much of an option in terms of feeling better when you have staph. And what about oh,
hold on. The podcast is skipping again. Dennis, can you get into Sue's mic? It's skipping. There we go. Good. Are you
What
back?
happened?
All right. Oh, you were just skipping again. Your mic, I think.
Oh no, I do that. Sometimes I drift off. For you to get better, you have to take antibiotics, and it affects everything, right, Nick? It affects the weight cut. It affects the fight. It affects the training. It affects everything, man. And then
So how does it get really bad though? It starts
can't
off.
do enough-
It starts
you
off.
could-
It looks like a pimple, right?
yeah, but
And
like
then
once
you
you got it, you got to get on antibiotics right away.
So what happens? Like a guy sees the pimple and he just kind of ignores it or doesn't notice it, and then it gets worse. Or
Well,
how does it get to be
it's
bad?
It's different situations, right? So in training, you go, oh my goodness, what is this? Might be staph. You stop, you get on antibiotics, and you get better. When you're a week from the biggest fight of your career, you go, oh shit, this is staph, but I got to keep training.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have the option to just shut it down. And everything affects it. Like with staph, everything makes it worse. You get stressed, worse. You train too hard, worse. You start to cut weight, it gets worse. Everything gets worse whenever you you can't do anything about it. But again, you can't really take the antibiotics because it messes you up. Even Luke Rockhold, when he fought Chris Weidman a while back, he had staph and he took the antibiotics, and by third round he was completely gassed.
Yeah.
So we're just lucky he got him out of there in the fourth because he was completely done because of the antibiotics.
So how far ahead of a fight? How long do you need for the antibiotics to get in and get out?
It doesn't necessarily have to get in and get out. You got to be completely shut down for at least a week for it to start getting better.
Oh,
then
so-
you got to ease back into it. You can't just go right back into it because the shit just pops right back up. You got to shut it down. And shutting it down that close to a fight like that, for that kid, for Kevin Lee, he had no option because he could not fight.
Yeah.
So, and you saw it. I mean, between the second and third round, he told his corner, he goes, I'm just so tired.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm just so tired. So he it's sad because he didn't get a fair shake, but the reality is Tony Ferguson was on his game. It was just getting worse, right? So Tony was just getting better as the fight was going on.
What'd you think of the fight?
I thought it was a good fight. I enjoy being next to the octagon for those fights, right? Because beginning of the night, it's pretty empty, especially last weekend. I don't know if you saw it on TV, if it came across on TV, but the entire top level on both sides were completely covered in curtain.
Yeah, on TV it looked like the lower bowl was actually pretty full, and then the upper bowl you couldn't really see, but you could tell there weren't people up there.
Yeah, there were one section in the upper bowl was pretty full, and that was like the section right behind like one of the corner sections, right? Like one of those sections that looked straight into the octagon had people in it, but everything else was covered in black curtain because you can't expect after a week like that, because people buy tickets late, right? Like a lot of times the fights will be 75% sold, 80% sold up into fight weekend, and in fight week people come and they buy their tickets.
Yeah.
Well, you can't expect after the week in Vegas for people to say, you know what, I really want to go watch these fights. I'm going to buy tickets this week. It was a tough ask, and it showed.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a tough situation to have to put up.
I mean, I was surprised though. Like when I got off the airplane, you're kind of expecting all around sadness, right? Like you and I felt last week. We were just mad and disappointed and just like at a loss almost. It was almost like you said, you were like, let's just get out of here, Gabby. Let's just go. You know, but it's like, where are you gonna really go live where your boy can have the quality of life that he has in the U.S.
Yeah.
So